Hello Flostu, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I'm going to show you how my current projects. First of all, I'm going to show you the finishes, the finished projects, and how the currently stitching projects are going on. No new starts. I think I won't have any new starts. Okay, let me start first of all with what I already stitched, and I have finished Black Magic. Yes, I did it. So this is how the result should look like, and this is what I have. I probably should remind you that here on the preview it is said like inside that this one was stitched with Overassoir, because in the key you have the choice of stitching it with Overassoir or stitching it with DMC. I stitched it in DMC. I have watched a few videos, of stitchers who already stitched this design. All of them have stitched it in DMC, and they look very nice. That's why I said that probably mine also is going to look nice. That's why I stitched it in DMC. If you look very carefully at the preview and the work already done, as a person who stitched it and used every color, of course, I see a little bit of difference of color. I see it, but it's not critical. It's not critical. So if you have the Overassoir in your stash and you want to stitch them with them, yes. If you don't and you want to stitch the design, don't worry. The DMC variant is going to be perfect. Yes, perfect. So, you know that it is said that this design is a challenge for the stitchers, as it's not easy to accomplish. I was so thrilled about stitching this one that I couldn't stop. So I stitched it during 6 days. I haven't stitched anything else. I tried to find any moment which I didn't have to do anything else and I could stitch. So every moment I stitched it, I just couldn't literally stop myself from stitching, you know. I would admit that before starting this design, I was kind of not frightened, but a bit afraid of the quantity of the 1/1, because I don't like pretty much the 1/1, and here it's a lot. But you know, everything was going like hand in hand so quickly, so easily, so nicely that I just couldn't stop myself. So I would admit that because I showed this design just in one video where I had a little bit like started and that's it. So I showed you this part and I said that I started stitching like this kind of squares and the like 1/1, which was coming here, and I continued with the whole frame like that. And this was helping me because I kind of like was stitching the petites. I was stitching the frame, like having the outline, then stitching the petites, then like relaxing and feeling it the inside of the frame, doing something else. At least for me it worked, you know. I saw a video where a stitcher said that she stitched the whole frame of petite at once and then she started this frame. Good for her, but I wouldn't be able to do this, you know. And it's nice. Even if I made a mistake with the petite like here, but it's so tiny, 1/1 mistake. Yes, it's so tiny that only if you stitch this design, or if you are so good at understanding stitched things, you would see that a little thing here is wrong. But other than this, it's okay. I'm happy with this because I realized just in the end that I was like one stitch back and couldn't like rip off everything. I just couldn't do it. It was too much for me. That's why I just said that, okay, I'm going to deal with it as it is and I'm going to make the situation okay. And it was okay. One of the reasons I stitched it so quickly, it's probably because I was, fascinated and challenged by this design. I liked very much that it wasn't boring. Yeah, like everything was so nice. So not so many colors. I would say a specific specific color range, but nevertheless it was exceptionally great. Yeah. So actually this frame is the same. It's in 2 colors of green, 2 colors of pink, and even there is little back stitch. don't know if you can see, even if there is little backstitch, and this like kind of little flowers, this is petite beads, pink petite beads, yes. And then it comes like these squares where the background is black. That's why you have so much black. And the flower inside, they come like pink and they come purple. So a few colors of purple I used for the purple ones, a few colors of pink I used for the pink ones. All of them come in cross stitch. And they are so symmetrical, they are so easy to be done. They were being stitched really quickly, and they were the parts where I could like kind of, okay, I'm going to relax now a little bit, and I'm going to stitch the inside of a square like this. So they were very easy, and each of them has inside 5 beads. I mean, like the 2mm white pearl bead and petite crystal beads. All of them have like in the middle this thing. All the squares they have in the corners, they have Rhodos stitches, all of them. I mean, like, how many squares? I didn't even count how many squares are here. Let me see. 5, 10, 12. 12, so each of them had 4 like Rhodos stitches, which makes them like also nice. And the space between these squares also has a special story. So between like these two, I mean like this one and this one, they are similar because it's just kind of leaves, you see, pink leaves, and they come the same, they are the same. Then between like these ones, that's why you have to be very careful when you are stitching this one, so don't rely on like that they are going to repeat things like this. So I mean like here, these ones and this ones is just cross stitches, but all of them are different, so each of them is unique in its kind, you see. And this one and this one, they come with specialty stitches, and each of them has its own specialty stitch. It's not the same. So here you see, this is just stitching. This is the specialty stitch. This one, by the way, it was a little bit more complicated, I would say, because you had to be careful because it was the weaving stitch. I don't remember how it's called. I don't think I remember having this stitch done before, but it's very nice. When you understand and you do it correctly, it's very nice. Then it's this one, Leviathan, double Leviathan, I think it was called, I'm not sure. Then this one is just cross stitches, you see. This one is just cross stitches. This one, specialty stitch. And this one, specialty stitch. Also beautiful. And then the inside, it's like flowers in just cross stitch. Then there is again a specialty stitch which you do with this light thread. The flowers which come 1 over 1 here, you see, they are not like these ones. They are not like these ones. You use the same colors of thread, so 2 greens, 2 pinks, but they come differently. I mean, like the form of the flower, the leaves, everything is different here, you see. And then again with like petite stitches, you're right. In stitches, we weave our memories and embellish our dreams. The writing, by the way, went very quickly. I don't know, but it was like... I was expecting that the inside, taking into consideration that like this one is 1 over 1, this one is a 1 over 1, is going to go not so quickly, or I was kind of aware that I finished like the 1 over 1 here, I would be like tired and I wouldn't do them so fast. But no, it was very, very fast. Okay, and the only change which I have made is the charm. Yes, I said from the very beginning that there was a time when I wanted very much the embellishment pack, but when I received, so according to the key, it should be this flower. It's not bad, but I think for such, how do I say, rich and various design, this one is too simple. Yes, it's not ugly, but it's too simple. Even if I would say this is a thing of like taste, yes, because it's just my crazy thing of considering it like this. So when I started stitching it, I knew for sure that I want this charm. I wanted a charm of a fairy. I was not sure if it's going to be this one because I have one more. These are Terra cast charms, and according to the form and the how do I say, the size, this fairy, it would have been even better. But due to the fact that this design is a lot about symmetry, I kind of liked this one more. I don't know why. You know, till the end, it's our design, it's our work, it's our choice. So I know that there will be probably teachers who would say, why did you change it? Why didn't you like it? Yes, and you are perfectly right, because each of us, we have our own taste, and that's why each of us has the right to embellish its own design as one wants. But in my case, I felt that I wanted this fairy, you know, like magic, black magic. Magic means like fairies. Even if the flower charm, probably it was here because there are a lot of flowers in the design. So yes, till the end, this is my choice, and this is how I decided to have it embellished. And I have a frame. Yeah, I left a lot of fabric, it's just happened. And I have a frame, which I thought that maybe it's going to be okay for this one. That's why I'm going to try to frame it. And if it's going to be okay, I'm going to like it, and it's going to stay like this. I'm going to show it to you. If not, probably it's going to wait for a better frame in future. So yeah, this design is ready. I'm very happy that I stitched it, because I was waiting this for a long time. And yes, I still framed it. This is the frame I had. This is a simple frame. It's from Range. The Range is called the shop. Those who live in UK, you probably know the shop. I liked the frame. I didn't buy it, by the way, for this design. I just bought it because I liked it, and I thought that the frame is pretty big enough to fit in. You need a nice design, and yeah. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. See, I'm filming in the garden because I took a photo. Beautiful. And as I said, yeah, maybe the frame is not an expensive, fancy one, but the moment I manage to finish something, frame something, I'm happy, because this design has chances to be seen all the time. And taking into consideration that this design with its small stitches, it took even more time to stitch, I am, let's say, double happy that I managed to finish it. Very happy, very nice. And my next finished design, this is a Jasmine, and this is Queen of the Needle Mouse. Yes, this little beauty is already finished. This is how it looks like. Very nice. I am not very sure about the thread which I have here. I'm thinking about maybe having like 3 threads, because I have 2 threads here. Maybe having 3 threads and having more. I don't know. Look at her crown. She is beautiful. She is really beautiful. This is how she looks like. And I haven't shown anything about like this one. First of all, because it's a small design and it doesn't take a lot of time to stitch it, but the main reason is that while I was stitching this one, I tried to film every step of how I stitched, and I finished it. Yes, I made kind of a tutorial, so that video is already filmed. I have to how is it called, to cut the things, so to put it together, and it's going to be on my channel, because I thought that probably it would be a good idea of like filming step by step some of the things I'm doing, because there are stitchers who maybe would like to one day to stitch and finish such a design, but they don't know how to do it, or where to start, where to finish it. And when you have a video where you see more or less some steps, this is very helpful. So because me, in my turn, when I need something and I'm like kind of YouTubing that thing, and I'm finding somebody doing it and showing it like properly, I am more than thankful for this. That's why I thought that why not giving back this thing to other people who maybe need help with this finishings. And as I filmed about this one, I am intending to do the same thing about the cube, the octagonal cube of from the same series, still Queen of the Needle octagonal cube, because I started stitching this one. Let me show it to you. This is how it looks like. You see, it's like as it was in the hoops. I just took it out, and here I had to make an order and order more because I had just received, you won't believe it, when I was filming I saw the Royal Mail van stopping and brought me the packet. So the hand-dyed thread, which is requested here, this is the Gentle Art Tea Rose, and I had leftover in my stash, and I just kind of looked in the chart at the symbols to see where I needed it, and I needed it like the frame. You see, the whole frame of every part is made with this one. I stitched the first one. I kind of saw how much thread I see, how much thread I have, how much thread I used, and I just calculated and I said, okay, for sure it's going to be enough. I don't need to order more, it's going to be okay. And I'm continuing like stitching. And then I see this specialty stitch, and I am kind of, okay, but which thread do I have to use for this? And I'm telling myself, okay, let me look in the key. And while the few seconds I was getting the key to read which thread to use, I was thinking, for sure is this Tea Rose, because this one is a variegated floss, and this is the kind of specialty stitches where you see the best, this variegation. I said, okay, 100% is going to be that one. And I'm reading, and yes, it's that one. Okay, take into consideration this thing. I said, no, it's not going to be enough, not at all. Then I had to order one more skein. So this is the Tea Rose, new Tea Rose. Yes, I know that sometimes there is the thread that they are from different batches. They look totally different, but no, in this case they look the same. So yeah, everything is okay from this point of view. And taking into consideration that I already had to order the thread, I said to myself, let me see if they have in stock the Krainik, the original Krainik according to the key I need for this one, because here according to the key it's 3202, and I looked online, I looked on the internet, and I saw it's a kind of gold, and I said, okay, let me use the gold which I have in my stash, and I just took 028. And now, so the shop had this 3202, and it came. And look how it looks, the Krainik which has to be used. This is not gold. This is a gold combined with, I would say it's 032, you know, that kind of blending filament. It's called cat size, by the way, because this one, the gold is combined with it. It has kind of a greenish sparkle. Yeah, it's a very interesting color, by the way. So, I don't know. Very nice. So they had it in stock. I purchased. So, without planning it, I'm going to stitch this design with the Krainik according to the key. yeah. And when I started like this project again, I started filming, and I hope that I'm going to continue because I want to have a kind of tutorial video with this cube as well. I mean, like how to stitch and finish an octagonal cube, like the just Nan type octagonal cube. So yeah, how would I say, slowly and surely I'm stitching this one. By the way, I'm stitching it mostly during the day. Now it's summer and the days are very bright. The light is very bright because this is Weeks Dye Works, and I still realize that I'm not a fan of Weeks Dye Works thread. I used to stitch a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, on Zweigart fabric. I'm trying very much to look for the colors which are out of print, so that I would use Zweigart fabric. And I am in love with that fabric, and how I stitch and how my cross stitches look like. Here I'm not even like happy about the cross stitches. I mean, how they look like. I don't know. And when stitching this one, because when I was stitching the mouse, I didn't notice it so much because this one is small, it was stitched quickly, you know. But now when I was started stitching the cube, I told myself that no, probably I'm not going to stitch the Queen of the Needle sampler on this one, because I bought a larger count. This is the 30th count, as I was intending to have the Queen of the Needle here on this one. But no, I don't know. So I'll have to think what to choose for the Queen of the Needle. I mean the sampler, because the cube is already being stitched here. So yeah, I'm going to continue stitching this one and filming details about the technical part of it. And one more finishing. This is a cushion for my child. The thing is that my son asked me to make him a cross-stitched cushion. Yes, and it was strange because so far he hasn't asked me anything. He hasn't asked me to stitch anything for him, you know. And I was kind of okay. The first thing it was to think what I can cross-stitch and finish as a cushion for him. But then I remembered that back in 2018, when he was one, he wasn't even one, I cross-stitched, I kind of cross-stitched a cushion for him, such a Tatty cushion, because the first year of his life was full of Tatty things. He had toys, he had cake, I mean, an anniversary cake when he was 1 month, I think. There was a cake with Tatty, body, I mean, clothes, lots and lots of things with Tatty he had. That's why I was kind of impressed and influenced with this thing. And bought this one as a kit from a Russian brand Pana, and stitched back then. The brand has more cushion designs, but of course I chose this one. I stitched then, but I wasn't finishing that time many things. That's why apparently I sent it to my mom so that she would find somebody to finish it. She couldn't find anybody, and it was lying at her house. And when I was thinking what to stitch, when I remembered that I was stitching this one, I kind of started looking for this one, couldn't find. I was like panicked at first. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Then remembered, asked my mom to look, and she found it, and she sent, with the next parcel she sent to me, she sent this one back to me, and I finished it. And meanwhile I was waiting for the stitching to come. I just went to, don't remember which shop, and I purchased a baby blanket, a cheap one. I kind of chose the gray, so it would be soft, you know, and tried to finish it. The form is strange. Yes, I would agree. The form is strange, but this is it. I cannot do it. I even and I filled it in with one of our pillows. So yes, I destroyed the pillow and almost used everything inside of it. But I didn't want to use the filling which I have purchased for Just Nan things, because I like that one, and it would have been a lot to use here. And yes, he hasn't seen it yet, because I decided first to film it and then show it to you. So it's, don't remember which count, it's a very big count which was used here. I remember stitching it quickly, and as you can see, it's huge. And yes, this one is ready finished. I hope he is going to be happy about it. And one more work in progress. Yes, finally I can show you something on this design, because I twice showed it in my video without even having started it. So this is such a sunset design. This is a stamped cross stitch, out of which I want to do a cross stitch, counted cross stitch, not a stamped one. So this is such a beautiful garden composition, the seed basket it's called. And finally I started it, and I even stitched, I would say, 1/3. Yes, it's so small but it's so beautiful. I cannot stop stitching it. I am absolutely in love with this design, you know. And this is the stitch of 3 days, 2 or 3 days, 2 days and a half, I think. Yes, it was 2 days and a half. And I chose till the end, yes, I chose the 32nd count, and I'm making it smaller. I would say even much smaller. Look, this is the stamped fabric, and look how big this one is. Just wanted you to see the comparison. So this is the up down part, this is my part. Look, you see how small my part is, kind of like this. Because here, if I would count the count, this would be like not 28, it's even bigger, 27 for 25th count. So this one is very large, because it is supposed to be stitched in three threads, but I'm stitching only in 2 here, and it's super enough. And yes, I am very happy about it. It's not, how to say, it's not difficult, but it's not easy, because there are parts where you have to think how to do it. Because, okay, I'm going to afford myself to present you the chart. The chart doesn't have, I mean, like, it's, I don't know, kind of like this. And, yeah. Yeah, nice, but still I had to think how to stitch this seed basket, because I said in the beginning that I was thinking of coloring this, having this as a stain with coffee, and try to stitch around it. But then when I started, before starting stitching it, I thought about it. I thought that it's going to be really difficult to count where I need this stain, so that it would be covered in stitches and it wouldn't go away where I don't need it. That's why I decided that what if I'm going to try to do it with the stitches, you see, not coloring anything. And I'm not very good at coloring the fabrics. I tried, I had a few attempts. I wouldn't say I'm successful, they were good, but I don't feel sure with this one, you see, probably because I haven't done it so often. That's why I just made the basket in half stitch, and this dark brown lines, I made a row of cross stitch, and I made some back stitch. I even attempted to write seeds, like using the back stitch to write seeds, but I didn't like how it looked, because you see here is the printed thing. It's like the lines are round. They're not supposed to be like in the squares. That's why I had an attempt. I didn't like it, and I said, why like this spoiling what I already have, because I tried to stitch everything around these edges where the basket is, so that I could see that the basket is okay, and I like it. That's why I said that, okay, I won't cry for these letters, because I have the word seeds here on the packet of seeds, you see. So yeah, but it's great. I am doing even three-third stitches, or how they are called. Because the count being so large, there are places where I see that I don't need a whole stitch. You see, I need just three-quarter stitches. Or there is a place where there is a whole stitch, but I need just a 3/4. So I'm adding where is necessary, I'm taking out where is not necessary, so that the edges would be very smooth. I'm not doing it like everywhere, but where I'm doing it, the result is wow. I did it like on this leaf. I did it on this leaf, I did it on the flowers petals here, the sunflower petals, they're great. So yes, I did it like on the handle of this garden tool, you see, here, and I'm very, how do I say, very happy about the result. Look at this bird. Wonderful. I started stitching here the water can. So yes, nice. The only thing, so I had 2 dilemmas in this design. How do I stitch the basket? Because the handle of the basket, which is also printed, I'm not going to stitch, you see. That one I'm going to go without that one. So I had two dilemmas. I was thinking how to do the how to do the how to do the basket, because the handle I already took out, how to do the basket, and how to deal with these things which are like with the threads, you see. And I decided that for these ones, as I had them here, I made the backstitch into threads, and it's okay. I would say it's okay. So where I'll have these things, I'll do the backstitch into threads, and probably here, well, where I'll have these ones, I'll decide what to do. I'm sure a solution will be found till the end. So yes, I'm going to continue stitching this design because it's really, really pleasant design for me. I mean, like, I like the colors, I like the result. So you are stitching, then you are doing the back stitch, and wow, it's so nice. Yeah, so I'm really happy that I started this adventure of mine. Because I was very doubtful if this is the right choice and this is not a waste of time, because it's not like a waste of materials, because till the end time is the most expensive thing which we cannot afford to buy, because you cannot buy time with money. So I'm going to continue stitching this one happily. I said that I think that I have 1/3. That's why I hope that this one is going to be a quick stitch, so I won't like take it for a long time. So mainly for me is to stitch this one during the summer, let's say so. Summer would be the timeline for this design. And as a tradition, after showing you my garden design by dimensions sunset, I'm going to show you the small garden I have. I mean, like the pot garden, I would call it, because I had changes here and now I have a lot of blooming things, and I am quite happy about what I have. Okay, first of all, we had some changes. I mean, like the Christmas tree, the dwarf, and the wind thing. They went to another corner of the garden. Sam said that is going to be his garden, and I said okay. And I left here just the flowers in the pot. Okay, what do I have here? I purchased an azalea japonica, it's called. This one already had its beautiful bloom, and I replanted it in a bigger pot. The good news, it has like little green leaves, which means that it's okay in the new pot. And I'm waiting, I will wait already for the next summer's rich bloom. Here is my lavender. I missed the pruning this spring, that's why it's pretty fluffy and not organized, but I like it. It started like blooming, and the bees like very much coming here. Now there are no bees because it's pretty cold and it's pretty windy. I don't know, at least the summer start, UK summer start, it's pretty cold and rainy here. I don't know what's going to be next. And here, by the way, I purchased some garden jewelry, to call them in such a way. I just tried and I liked them very much. So they are solar powered, and this one is supposed to be a dandelion, because during the night the lights are like shadow. There are lights and they are nice. I mean, then it's the our eternal strawberries. So the leaves are very healthy. It's becoming very big, but the strawberries are not nice, and I think I'm going to leave this one until the end of the season, and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to use the pot for something else, because I'm just using the pot just like that, because we are not going to eat this strawberries. Me and my son, we are great strawberry lovers, and we buy much more strawberry than from this pot, so that's why I'm going to use the pot for the flowers. The tram it's still here. What else? Here I have also, it's solar powered. As you can see, here is the battery. It's a water can, and the water, it's lightning during the night, and the water can itself also, it's lightning. Nice one, really nice one. My Tesco rose is like very much blooming. I think at the end of the season I am going to to move it into a bigger pot, because this one is growing really quickly and nicely. Then the clematis, one of them it's not going to live. I mean, like this one, you see it's dying. I see that it's dying, but this one is okay. This one is okay, this one is growing. I think I'm going to buy one more and I'm going to plant it like next to the one which is dying. Here is, I don't remember how it's called, this one, because it was in Leighton. Jedera, don't remember how much. These ones were like 6 in a set of 6 pots, you know, the ones which you are planting and they come together. And it was the white yellow pot, but I planted them like differently. For example, this one, it went by itself. The pelargonia, the white pelargonia, it's here by itself. They have a fairy. It's a garden statue, but it's small one, mini one. And this one also is blooming very nicely, very quickly, because it was a baby when I planted it here. My rhododendron it doesn't have flowers, but the good news is that it likes living in the new pot. There are a lot of new leaves. And here, this one also is very nice. You see the fairy, and the ball is lightning. I like this one very much. Okay, this one also, it's a very nice one. Very glad that I purchased it. It's still blooming. Then my hydrangea, yes, I am a hydrangea lover. This one is fresh. It was purchased this year. It was just about to bloom and it started blooming. And it's purple, as you can see. Then here I have a lily, which is going to bloom very soon. It's going to be red, as far as I remember, because I wanted a lily, but I don't know why I didn't want white. For that, though I could buy it white because I don't have so many white flowers. And this were also the part of that 6-pack. You see, there is, I don't remember how they are called. It was the yellow-white pack, and I thought that a splash of color would be okay here. Then this one is called Scabiosa, don't remember how. And when I looked on the internet to see how to take care of it, I just saw that it is called actually the pink cushion flower, you see. So the stitcher knew what to choose. And this is my hydrangea, which was, it has already it's the third, yes, it will be the third year with me. I said that I don't like very much the color of the leaves, but I saw on our street, I saw others with such color of leaves. So I think she's going to be okay. At least she's like giving new flowers, new things. It's going to bloom pink, but I purchased it purple as that one. By the way, I was like last year, I think I looked for that information because I was curious. I was like shocked that it bloomed pink when I knew for sure that I purchased it purple. And then I found the information that due to the soil composition, they are blooming differently. At least this one, like, I mean the purple, pink. If it's white, it's white. The white doesn't change its color. The white stays the same. You see. So and if you buy different, what's called, nutrients, the nutrients make it bloom differently. I don't know. I'll look for more information. Maybe next year I'm going to change the color, play with the color changing. And here I still don't remember. This one's were thrown from seeds. I still don't remember what they are. This one started like kind of blooming. It has pinkish flowers. And this is our owls, which protects us from mainly from foxes. Those who live in UK probably know what a pain they are. Yes, during the night, at least here where we live, they come during the night and they used to shit in your garden. And if you have if you example pots with flowers, they use very much to how it's called, dig into and destroy everything. That's why this one is necessary. So it's a very good investment. By the way, my husband had said that this one is going to break, but it is going to break because nothing is forever. He said, I'm going to buy like more and more because you cannot touch them. They are protected, I mean the foxes, but nevertheless they are very harmful to your garden. I mean that's why this is our solution. And if you live in UK and you need how it's called, an advice, take into consideration. I purchased it from eBay. I don't remember how it's called, but if you're going like ultrasound Fox device, something like this, you'll find different devices. It's not just this one. I've just read that this one it has a larger, how they say, distance it works on, and it was a bit more expensive, but I thought that it's going to be better, and so far it's okay. I don't know, maybe there are like even better, but so far this one is okay. Yeah. And if I'm going to have more, probably yes. Even my husband like appreciated my little garden, this year's garden. Probably yes, because I still have compost. Last time from BenQ I purchased like 2 big bags of compost, and I still have compost. And probably I'm going to buy something more, so that I would make this one even nicer. And one more project which I have stitched less. I would say this time I stitched less of this project. This is Dimensions Horses by a Stream. Yes, I kind of paid more attention to other designs because I stitched here with 1 or 2 flosses, and I kind of covered a patch, and I stitched like here as well. But yes, nevertheless, I didn't stitch as much as I stitched in the previous how they say, times. But I want to come back to this design. I mean, I want to come back and stitch more. And yes, I'm like kind of stitching like this. I'm taking a color and I'm going with that color everywhere. Yeah. So that's everything I wanted to present to you in today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope it was interesting for you, and see you in my next video. Until then, bye bye.